I lived in Bethnal Green in Turin Street in a 4-bedroom flat. I have 4 brothers and my parents. Money was pretty tight on, wasn't a very wealthy family, and bit of a hectic household, if you like. My dad was a taxi driver. My mum worked for a little while in tailoring. Not a lot of money coming into the house, and she just wanted me to have a friend because I was the only girl. So as I know the story, which Yvonne will tell you in a second, my mother got in touch with Yvonne's mother to say, could you take on my daughter if you dare? And over to you.
My parents had sweet shops. Originally we lived in Commercial Road, and it was a very damp premises, and I was continually ill. In fact, when I was 4, perhaps, I had a collapsed lung and was sent away to convalesce at a Catholic home. Don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember sitting in a lot of poppy fields. I think that's my love of poppies now.
It's the opium.
I'm the younger of 3. I have a brother and a sister, and we all live in the same area that we are in now. And when I was maybe 5, I was then sent away for a whole year, and I lived in a home in Broadstairs. Didn't see a lot of my parents. They would come down occasionally to see me. But our life, well, I don't know. I never ever thought about money. We lived in a sweet shop. There was always lots of food.
Yeah.
We had in our house a washing machine and a fridge, which was very unusual in those days. And we ate meat every night. So I suppose we were okay, kind of thing. As I lived in Shoreditch at the time, and we lived above and behind a sweet shop. And my father died when I was 11 years old. He'd always been an ill man, and yeah, and my mother then we had the shop, so she had an income, and we all had to help out in the shop.
And she worked hard. You all worked hard after school.
The East End was a friendly place, and it could be because we had a shop, we were the local shop, and everybody came into us, that I knew everybody. I used to do a paper round for my mother when I was old enough. And I just remember when we were young just playing out in the streets all the time.
There was nowhere else to play, was there, really?
We used to be able to play out in the streets.
Oh, safely, yeah.
We used to go out after school, and then you'd hear mums calling for their kids to come in for tea. Obviously no phones anywhere. Parents didn't really know where we were. They just trusted us to be nearby.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different lifestyle to the children now, who can't, very rarely, live in a place where they can go out and just play.
Yeah, we were lucky because we had a big green over the road to us where they'd built this mother and baby statue, which was a big thing in Bethnal Green. It was on the news, it was in the paper. And I always remember my mum at the time, because my mum was from Leeds, and they interviewed her and they asked her what she thought of the statue because they all thought it was wonderful. And I remember my mum's words going, well, I think it's a monstrosity. And I think they should have put the money into a kiddies' playground for all these children.
Yeah, it was a very famous...
It was so famous. It's still there today. But we had a playground where we were in the flats. So we had entertainment, if you like, or we'd play knock down ginger and run outs and all the things that kids did in those days. And then my mum just didn't think it was enough for me because I was getting a little bit older and she wanted me to be part of a community, and a Jewish community at that, which Brady Club was at the time, wasn't it? So then my mum phoned Yvonne's mum, didn't she?
I came home from school and my mum said, I've had a phone call from Florrie Sable's mum. I said, yeah. And she said, well, I've agreed, you're going to go to Brady Club together. I said, I'm not going with her. Why not? I said, she swears. I mean, you can see how innocent we all were at that time as well, you have to remember.
Yeah.
And so we met up and we went to Brady Club. And we was only there a few weeks. We got thrown out because they found out
we were underage. We were too young.
We were too young.
And plus we didn't pay subs.
I think you had to be 12 and a half actually to join Brady.
Yeah, but we did go straight back as soon as we could.
As we were old enough, we went back to it,
yeah.
And Florrie fascinated me because she knew everybody at club. But if you think that most of the kids at that club went to Robert Montefiore, which was Florrie's school.
Yeah.
And so Florrie just knew everybody. But Florrie was very athletic.
Yeah, always. I was a sporty girl. I loved it. I loved sports. I loved dancing, anything like that. We joined the dancing club, didn't we? And then I became the leader of the dancing club. And we had to put a show on. Was it for a Duke of Edinburgh Awards ceremony or for something?
I think just...
It was a ceremony. Somebody was coming to the club and we were doing rehearsals, and it had to start off carrying this banner. And I had to walk through the hall with the girls walking behind me, up onto the stage, across the stage and down the steps the other side. But we got halfway on the stage and someone had left the trapdoor open. So I went through the trapdoor and so did 3 other people behind me. So really, we were just hysterical. Nobody, thank God, got hurt, but we could have done, but we didn't. But we laughed about it and we still do now, all these years later, thinking, oh my God. I mean, you didn't like dancing anyway, particularly, did you?
I didn't sporty.
No, but she still got on with it. And we just laughed a lot. Whatever we did, Yvonne and I, wherever we went, we always laughed or got into trouble over something. Sandra was a bit bossy, to tell you the truth. She was a bossy leader, but she was quite a friendly leader. And plus her sister, Brenda, who passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago, I was in school with her. So we were friends for many years. And when I was little, her parents lived in the East End part of London that my parents lived. So I'd known her nearly all my life, Sandra, but David was great fun. I don't actually remember a lot about Sandra Dyer. I remember she used to be involved. Used to think she was really attractive and very tall and sporty, just like Brenda was. But David was a different type of character. They were different, although they were married, you know? I think I liked the boys better than I did the girls anyway.
Yeah. And I don't remember having much to do with David.
Yeah.
But because most of my memories are about Yogi.
No, Yogi, to both of us, Yogi was Brady.
Yeah. And religion didn't seem to come into it, did it? I know we mainly were Jewish.
Yeah.
But there was nothing religious about it.
No, we didn't have like Jewish lessons or Hebrew lessons or things like that.
Only time, if you went down to Skate on a Friday night, they'd like the
Shabbos candles, that was it.
Nothing else. I don't ever remember religion being discussed.
No, we didn't even have like a little ceremony, you know, the morning assembly like you would have in school. We didn't have anything like that. We just had a club afterwards.
Yeah.
Everything was just groups. Yogi was a humanitarian, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He was more interested in all of us. We knew we were Jewish, we didn't need it when we went to club. You know, a lot of the boys had to go to Haida, to Hebrew classes. So they had that they had to go the weekends or whatever. So when they went to their club, I'm sure they didn't want it. They wanted to go to their club to relax and to play their footballs and tennis and whatever they did. Yeah. They didn't want to go. We knew it was Jewish. We didn't need to be told.
I remember when you had the last exhibition at the university and someone saying, look, all the girls are all dressed so nice. They must have all been affluent.
But we weren't.
That was probably the only thing that we had in our wardrobe.
And we loved to dress.
Florrie used to come round to me, and then my sister was a lovely knitter.
Yeah, steal her jumpers out of the drawer.
My sister used to go absolutely crazy. That Florrie's been round.
She's got my lovely cashmere jumper that she'd knitted.
Because we never had anything.
No. And her brother's friend used to make my skirts. He used to sew them on me, right? Till I couldn't walk. But I wanted to go to club and I wanted to look lovely if I wasn't in shorts and a t-shirt doing sport. But most of the time, you knew you were going to have a little dance afterwards, so you wanted to look nice. Yeah. For me, the club just opened up my world. I was very closed in my family home. And as soon as I got to club, I felt free. And I loved every minute that I was there. Whatever I was doing, whatever I was involved in, it was never boring. It was never too much. But it was much better than washing up and looking after my brothers. So that was the side of it for me. It was heaven. And that's why I would have gone 7 days a week if I could have gone. But we went 3 times a week, or sometimes 4 if we could, on 3, wasn't it?
No, 3. Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday.
So,
Friday was
and I looked forward to that, like people look forward to a meal if they're starving. You know, that was my food. I would go there and we'd meet up and we'd just walk down. We'd be happy going down and happy coming back.
When we used to leave club, there was a fish and chip shop around the corner.
Yeah.
Sexes.
Sexes, yeah.
And you could go in there for a penny. You could get a load of...
And Johnny Isaac's.
Well, we never used to go
No, but in Sexes.
Most of the club...
Chips and a penny worth of red cabbage.
That's right. But most of the club did go over to Johnny Isaac's.
They did. They all went to Johnny Isaac's.
We had to get back because your mum had given us a curfew.
But we went the other direction anyway, didn't we?
Yeah. I remember being at ski and they used to have the Brady Olympics.
Yeah.
And there was a very sporty kind of thing. When we were put into teams, our team had to pull a roller across the
mower, yeah, wasn't it? Yeah. The roller, yeah.
And we were standing there arguing, how are we going to do this? Who's going to be in front? Who's going to lead it? How are we going to pull it? And Florrie said, blow that. And she got it and she ran across the field with this roller. How she ever slapped it across, I've never ever known.
Yeah. But on the boys' team was a guy called Malcolm Van Gelder, and he was like the sporty guy. So we'd have competitions and we had to throw the javelin. Do you remember? Yeah. Never thrown a javelin in my life. So Malcolm and I were up against it and I threw the javelin. And when we got the Brady news, like the following week, it said, Florrie Sable threw the javelin so far, we had to get an elastic tape measure out to measure it because I beat Malcolm Van Gelder, didn't I, by miles. And I'd never thrown it, but I was strong.
Yeah.
That was having 4 brothers. You had to be strong. Yeah, I was strong, yeah. But Yvonne used to come and meet me from school, didn't you? On a Friday or a lunchtime or wherever it may be. I was at Robert Montefiore, she was at her school. She went to grammar school, by the way. She was the intelligent one, but I was the funny one. She had the brains, I had the brawn, as they say. But she'd meet us and we'd just laugh. She'd be standing outside the gates in her green uniform and people would be going, who's she? What school does she go to? And then we went into our teenage years, didn't we? There we went to ski, but we hated going on a girls' weekend only. We only used to go if it was a mixed weekend, and we got into trouble with Yogi, God rest his soul, and he'd say, if you girls do not go on a girls' weekend, you're not going again. So we had to go on a couple of girls' weekends, but it weren't as much fun because we used to torment the life out of the boys, climb down the hatches, didn't we?
We did the Duke of Edinburgh's award.
We both did the Duke of Edinburgh award, yeah. We got our bronze. I don't know why we never went on to the next one, but I didn't even know anything about orienteering, but we passed it anyway.
Yeah. And the Duke of Edinburgh came and gave us our awards.
He did. So John hung cake as well, yeah. He did. And we loved it. We had all our socials after the club activities, didn't we? The dances and our Sunday dances.
We had to do 2 activities a week.
Yeah.
And then the third time you went, you could just sit in the canteen with your friends.
Yeah.
And they
and talk.
We used to do discussion.
Yeah, discussion.
And dance.
And we used to go and visit the elderly.
Do you think that's part of the Duke of Edinburgh's award?
I don't remember, really, but I know we used to go and see the one old lady and we used to go and do everything for her, didn't we?
Yeah, to have tea with her, didn't we?
Have tea with her and go and get her shopping. And she'd just become such a lovely friend in the end that we used to love to just go up and sit with her for a few hours. And it made her day. It was only once a week.
Though we probably never realised it, it was bringing out our caring side at Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted a whole person leaving Brady.
They gave us good foundations at Brady for a lot of things. They did me. Brady was my life, to be quite honest. If I didn't have the club, I don't know what I would have done because I didn't have anything going on at home. My mother, as they say in Jewish, she wasn't a balabuster. And that's why I used to love to go around to Yvonne because her mum always cooked. My mum really didn't do a lot like that. She didn't cook.
A balabuster is someone who keeps a good home and cooks.
Yeah, my mum, you speak the truth, she wasn't, although she had 6 children, I wouldn't say she was that family orientated because each child she had, I looked after. You know, it was another one and another one. My sister was born when I was 17. So I had 4 brothers till I was 17 years old. And then my mum had my sister. And I used to take her out in the pram down Bethnal Green Road, where everybody knew us. And they'd go, "Oh, Flo, didn't know you had a baby." And I used to say, "No, I haven't. It's my sister." "Oh, yeah, okay, pull the other one." You know what I mean? But as she got older, obviously, everyone knows. And now, when I had my sister, that was like, it was wonderful to have another girl. But we were never close because the age gap was too big until she got older. And then all of a sudden it tightened up and now we're very, very close. But Yvonne and I, we always had fun. We went out weekends, didn't we? We'd go dancing, we'd go to clubbing. My mother didn't like me going out or staying out late. So she'd say, "You've got to be home at 10 o'clock. And God forbid it was 10 past 10. She'd be waiting at the end of the road and she'd just go wallop. I go, "Oh, I haven't done." We couldn't help it. Things were going on. We had an accident, didn't we, on this station?
Yeah, Liverpool Street Station.
Yeah.
We'd been up the West End.
We had.
And on the way home, we were in Liverpool Street coming up the escalators, and some idiot was pulling. There used to be then a band where you held on. It was
Like the rubber rail now, but it was a band.
And someone at the top pulled it.
Yeah.
And we all went down like dominoes.
Yeah.
All fell. And Florrie just caught my head before it hit.
I was behind her, yeah. Because your shoe got caught, didn't it?
Yeah.
She caught her shoe in it. So in all fairness, I mean, really and truthfully, she could have been seriously hurt. I saved your life. Do you know that? Oh.
But when we was at Brady, I mean, Brady used to have, it wasn't every week a Sunday dance, was it?
No.
Because we used to go to Hackney and Cambridge.
Hackney or Oxford and St George's, yeah.
They used to have, so I think the clubs used to rotate who would be having the dances.
I think, but we had all the stars at our club.
Yeah.
We had all the big singers and the big bands used to come. And they come and done debuts at us, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just to, I suppose, get them going. We were like their last resorts to get onto the big stage.
Well, the guy, Stephen Fishman, who used to arrange everything, he was very into music.
Yeah, he
He
was.
used to know who to get in touch with. I used to just love it.
We loved it. It was
So
our life.
We used to go Monday, Tuesday,
Thursday.
and Sunday if there was a dance. But on a Wednesday, there was a club around the corner, the Old Boys.
Yeah, the Old Boys Club.
In Mile End Road, and they would have a dance on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And we always socialised. Yvonne met Paul at Brady. I met my ex-husband Peter at Brady, and then we used to go away as foursomes.
That's right. And Peter and Paul were
Played
friends.
football together, didn't they? They were good friends. So, and we were best friends, and it never ever stopped. Our friendship never ever separated, did it? Until I went to live in Spain.
Yeah.
And even then, it didn't separate. It didn't matter if I was 10,000 miles away or round the corner. We still had the same feeling. If we needed each other, we would be there.
We also got that kind of relationship where we may not speak for months, but no one says, "Well, you didn't ring me," or "I didn't ring you."
No.
Just carry on wherever it finishes and where we see each other.
Everything that we had, our lives, came from being at Brady, because that's where we met our partners. And they were lifelong partners, weren't they? Well, you're still married, and I'm still friendly with mine. Only recently, but nevertheless, we're still friendly. You know, but he's still, whatever I say, he's still the father of my children. And I've got 6 grandchildren. They're all grown up. And I've got a great-granddaughter now who's 4. She's going to school in September, by the way. St Albans.
Oh, that's
She got in, yeah.
Boys were there.
So, you know, thank you, Brady, for everything that you did for us.